Hello, teacher. This is Alvaro Zúñiga here, Jorge Alvaro. It's my pleasure to create this video for you and obviously to show you my understanding about designing and adapting materials, specifically about the questions that you asked me to talk about it. So that's what I'm going to do in the next few minutes. I hope it's clear and I hope you like my take on this topic. Okay, so I'm going to start by talking about definition of syllabus. This is I thought this was kind of like a challenging in a way because sometimes, as you can consider, we confuse definition of syllabus, the definition of curricula, and definition of content, of course, content. So I thought the syllabus was a very, very good idea to start with because the syllabus is, I guess, what we take most of the times and that we revise in our classes. So we get to see different books and different information and different methodologies and different activities. So what is a syllabus exactly? It's a document that communicates information for our subject, in this case, English, whatever it is, as an academic course, and describes the content and defines expectation responsibilities. This is a lesson by lesson class or guide that we show students, the teachers, the parents, the colleagues. So what is the plan of our teaching? And I wanted to put it that way. What are we going to teach? What are the general goals of this information? And of course, this is in a specific period of time. Of course, it describes the content of the class in general. Now let's go to the other one, which has to do with, let me go back, I'm sorry. How does it differ from a curriculum? Well, let's say that a curriculum, it's a bigger picture. When we talk about curriculum, we're talking about the big picture. And a curriculum has to have syllabus, or in other words, the syllabi, right? So any curriculum in any course in any model, educational model has several syllabi. Now, the curriculum, of course, is this collection of lessons, assessments, and other academic content that is taught in a school program or by a teacher. So this curriculum is bigger in picture. It has all the subjects, not just one or not just one syllabus. It has lots of information. And of course, this is predetermined by the school maybe or by the district or by the authorities, but it is not determined by me as a teacher in general. So I enter to a program and I have to get very quickly adapted to the curriculum and then very quickly adapted to the syllabus. Now, let's look at this chart, which I thought it was super interesting about the comparisons between the syllabus and the curriculum. Let's start by the meaning. The syllabus is the document that contains all portion of the concepts covered in the subject, whereas curriculum is the overall content taught in an educational system or a course. This is something we just talk about it. Now, the set for for what is the purpose of where is your goal in each of them? For a syllabus, it's set for modeling or creating the subject, whereas the curriculum is definitely for the course, the whole course. The nature of the syllabus is descriptive, whereas the nature for the curriculum is prescriptive. In other words, it's given to you. You don't have to define it. You don't have to modify it. Just give it to you. You have to take it. The scope, of course, the vision of this is that the syllabus is narrow compared to the curriculum, which is wider. Now, it's set out who plans this. Well, the exam board, sometimes even the syllabus is by the coordinator of the school, for example, whereas the curriculum is definitely the government, the institution, the academic branch or the academic board in the school that directs, or even not even the school, even government, for example, directs the curriculum. The term, obviously, in the case of the syllabus, is for a year or a semester, whereas the curriculum, it will take until until it finishes, until it lasts. Okay. In the case of uniformity, this one varies. This too. Syllabus varies from teacher to teacher, whereas curriculum, it's pretty much the same from all the teachers. Now let's go to the next one. Here it says, how does it differ from a course plan? How does it differ from a course plan? A course plan includes not only the goals and the content of the topics, but also how the topics will be taught and what the students will do during the course. In order to achieve an end of semester goal, students must have practice during the semester. So the course plan is our take. Now it's the time when we bring the syllabus into action, into planning, into scheduling, into putting day by day activities, planning outcomes, planning different materials. This is where we have full access. Designing, well, in some cases, schools determine course plans, but we can adapt our course plan. We can put it by days, by weeks, by topics, by semesters. We can explain this. So this is pretty much the area where the teachers have the access to design or redesign the outcomes, the results. What are we expecting from our students? Okay. Now, let's go to another question that you asked on the topic of this video, which is the type of syllabus that we have. There are some of them are mentioned in the book, the grammatical structure, which we know is that the input is selected and graded according to grammar notions. And I guess many of us, we feel very comfortable using this material because we are looking for grammar-oriented classes. So we go from simple to complex in different levels. The functional notional, according to the reading, says the input appears in conversation as a notion, and the syllabus may give us advice or ask suggestions of ability. So this already goes with the communicative approach, and so it's functional, it's important. There is some criticism about the outcomes, but I think it's important. The other one is the situational. And I agree, and I like this topic because, this type of syllabus, because when you put the student into a situational mode, they change and they get more motivated. So I like the idea of putting them, all right, let's discuss this at the desk or at an office or at an airport or at a bus station. So they can discuss different conversations and different meanings. Topic based, probably not my favorite because sometimes for some students a topic is important and from others it's not important. And that's what it says, that it starts with a point. It's important, especially for lower students, for basic students, but I guess advanced students don't want to appreciate that. The process of syllabus, also process syllabus, that is a syllabus evolving, have been labeled process oriented, and it's part of the instruction. Procedural syllabi and task-based syllabi. Task is pursued through a specific task within another syllabi, and then content-based syllabi is processed through a specific content. This procedural syllabi, it's when one activity involves another one and then goes back. So that's how I get it. Then let's go to the target situation, and this is something you put at the end. I thought it was very important. How to determine material. Cultural context is very important. The school where we're teaching, the institution where we're teaching, the course we're teaching, the material, the book we're teaching, if it's a simple book or a book that we don't feel attached to. The methodology is important. If we're more grammar-oriented, more spoken, more drawing, more acting, more whatever, I think it's important. It's important also the teacher's behavior, the teacher's attention, the teacher's observation. And of course, it is important always to achieve the learner's attention and engagement. So this target situation by Little John that you mentioned, I think is more important than ever in this presentation. Okay, so that's it. I think this is what covers my idea. This is my resources. I appreciate a lot. Thank you very much, teacher. Bye-bye.